Yesterday, a woman made a comment on one of my posts asking me to consider reviewing the Kolkata hospital case from India. And she said, trigger warning, there is grape and there's unaliving in this story. So I told her to to inbox me on Instagram. And this is for anybody that needs to send me things. It's best to send it to me on Instagram if you need to send links or screenshots or pictures. Instagram is the best way to reach me. One of the things that she said in the inbox was today, August 15th, is Independence Day in India. She says it's Independence Day in India, yet women are not free. Let's talk somewhat about what is going on over there. I happen to also be tagged in this 2X chromosomes subreddit post. She says, to women of the world from Indian women, we are suffering. I'm a doctor by profession, and a fellow junior doctor was allegedly brutally gang raped and unalived in Calcutta, India, a few days back when she was on the night shift. It happened in a seminar hall in her own campus. It was a government run hospital, and influential people are involved, and the system is trying to hush everything down. I want you all to voice out on the devastation we are facing here. Just visit the Kolkata, maybe I'm supposed to be saying Kolkata, the Kolkata subreddit, and you will find many news updates there about the incident. This incident is just the tip of the iceberg of a bigger problem. Statistics say that one female is raped every 16 minutes here. The accused and the system always get away with it while we are left feeling unsafe. I have not met a woman or a girl around who has not gone through SA at one point or another in their lives. They either don't muster the courage to stand up, and even if they do, the system fails them. I'm stuck here, numb and sad, seeing the gruesome details in postmortem reports of the deceased girl. I can never feel safe again. For those asking how you can help, I want you to voice it out. Get it more attention, post about it on social handles. That's what we are doing here too, protesting on social media and on the streets. Sadly, that's the only way we see. Don't know what else is to be done. I'm just very saddened that there's nothing more to help about it. There's been a mob attack on protesters outside the hospital. They are attacking hospital staff and patients alike. People have locked themselves in the building. So if you are on Reddit, you can go to the subreddits Indian Med School and Kolkata. You can also search. I'm sorry, excuse me. I did start to see articles when I typed the name Kolkata in the Google search engine. So here is the Al Jazeera article, and it makes me so irritated that we can't even really say these words on social media platforms without censors coming through to censor us. So that it's just irritating that I have to say the word grape and unaliving when obviously I mean something different. Okay, so what happened in the Calcutta grape case that triggered doctors' protests? Activists and doctors in India demand better safeguarding of women and medical professionals after a trainee medic was raped and unalived in Calcutta. Activists and doctors across India continued to protest on Wednesday to demand justice for a female doctor who was raped and unalived while on duty in a hospital in the eastern city of Kolkata. Feminist groups rallied on the streets in protests titled Reclaim the Night. In Kolkata overnight on Wednesday, on the eve of India's Independence Day, in solidarity with the victim, demanding the principal of RG Carr Medical College resign. Some feminist protesters also marched well beyond Calcutta, including the capital Delhi. While the protests were largely peaceful, a small mob of men stormed the medical college and vandalized property. This group was dispersed, not arrested. This group was dispersed by the police. This comes after 2 days of nationwide protests by doctors following the incident at RG Carr Medical College in West Bengal's capital city. Sit-in demonstrations and agitation in the hospital campus will continue. One of the protesting doctors identified as Dr. Miradol told Al Jazeera. Services in some medical centers were halted indefinitely, and marches and vigils shed light on issues of sexual violence as well as doctors' safety in the world's most populous nation. So, what happened to the doctor? The 31-year-old Chinese doctor dead body bearing multiple injuries was found on August 9th in a government teaching hospital in Kolkata. The parents of the victim were initially told by hospital authorities that their daughter had self deleted. Lawyer and women's rights activist Verinda Grover told Al Jazeera, but an autopsy confirmed the victim was raped and unalive. Grover has appeared for victims in sexual violence cases in India in the past, including Bilkis Bano, a Muslim woman who was gang raped during the 2002 Gujarat riots, and Soni Sori, a tribal activist based in Chhattisgarh state. Thousands of doctors marched in Calcutta on Monday, demanding better security measures and justice for the victim. On Tuesday, the Calcutta High Court transferred the case to the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI. The Federation of Resident Doctors Association, or FORDA, called for a nationwide halting of elective services in hospitals starting on Monday. Elective services are medical treatments that can be deferred or not deemed medically necessary. So here is a picture from the protest. It says, protest against violence on the doctor. On Tuesday, Florida announced on its X account that it's calling off the strike after the health minister Jagat Prakash Nada accepted the protest demands. One of these demands was solidifying the Central Protection Act, intended to be a central law to protect medical professionals from violence, which was proposed in the Parliament's lower house in 2022 but has not yet been enacted. Florida says that the ministry would begin working on the act within 15 days of the news release, and that a written statement from the ministry was expected to be released soon. Why are some Indian doctors continuing to protest? However, other doctors, federations, and hospitals have said they will not back down on the strike until a concrete solution is found, including a central law to curb attacks on doctors. They are talking about doctors as if this is not an issue of male violence against women. Why are they talking like this is just a doctor thing when so many women and girls face rape and unalivement at the hands of men in this country? But okay, so a lot of this article, they're simply talking about the medical situation and medical professionals. Like if they fix the medical situation, does that mean that women are going to be safe from this point on? So I'm going to skip some of that because it's just the details of the protest and everything and the laws that are trying to get enacted for the medical professions. All right, who is the suspect in the Calcutta grape case? Local media reported that the police arrested a suspect, Sanjoy Roy, a civic volunteer who would visit the hospital often. He has unrestricted access to the ward, and the police found compelling evidence against him. And the thing is, it's probably social media and people posting about this that actually put some pressure on police to actually do their job and arrest this man. This really needs to continue to happen across the globe so that women and girls can be safer from these people. Parents of the victim told the court that they suspect that it was a case of gRape, local media reported. So if there are more people involved, then they need to stop just acting like it's one person. All right, why is sexual violence on the rise in India? Sexual violence is rampant in India, where 90 rapes were reported on average every day in 2022. Laws against sexual violence were made stricter following a gRape case in 2012 where a 22-year-old physiotherapy intern was brutally gang raped and unalived on a bus in Delhi. Four men were hanged for the gang rape, which had triggered a nationwide protest. But despite the new laws in place, the graph of sexual violence in India continues to spiral unabated, said Grover. She added that in her experience at most workplaces, scant attention is paid to diligent and rigorous enforcement of the laws. It's regrettable that government and institutions respond only after the woman has already suffered SA and is succumbed to death in the incident. She said preventative measures are not taken. This is why we need to continue to talk about the global experience of women and girls because this is not an Is not a one off incident. This is what women and girls are facing across this world. And we need to continue to talk about it because women and girls are not safe here in the United States, in India. Sorry, I got cut off. But women and girls are not safe anywhere globally. Women and girls deserve better than what this world is doing. So go ahead. Let's continue to have these conversations. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And like I said, if you have something that I need to see, find me on Burb and Bougie.